Welcome back to the walkthrough tutorial on using the Schooly EdTech dashboard. In this video, we'll be looking at using it as a student, and this is going to be the second video in the student series. Using the dashboard as a student, I am currently logged in as a student, and all my details can be seen on top here: my username, my profile code, my current class, and my form teacher. Let us see how to use the dashboard. Let us walk through how the student makes payment using the school portal. On the student tool list of menu here, we can say school account detail, make payment, payment history, payment chart, and result history. So before a student makes payment, he needs to know what he's making payment for or what she is making payment for. To get the information, the student goes to the payment chart menu and see the list of available payment to be made. We have the primary tuition fee, for instance, and then we have the primary books, we have the secondary tuition fee, the secondary sportwear. This is going to be displayed according to the preference of the school. So the student makes payment by using the make payment menu, which displays a form, and on the screen we have the record new payment, or if you want to make online payment, but the online payment implementation is not on this portal. If you have made payment via any of our payment method, enter payment in this form with accurate information. Ensure you've checked the payment chart before you proceed. We have already checked the payment chart and we are proceeding with submitting payment. Actually, what this form does is to enable us to submit payment that we've already made. There are several methods the school collects payment, either by check or by bank transfer. The school may also collect cash or any other means of payment. So whichever means of payment the student has used, the student needs to submit such payment on the portal so that receipt can be generated for such student. So let us make payment for this student. The payment name, we click and we'll see the list of all the payments available in the payment chart we've viewed previously. So this student is in secondary school. So let's say the student is paying for secondary tuition fee, and the amount the student has paid, transferred, or paid by cash is 20,000. The student enters the amount. Then which of the bank, if it is paid to a bank, which of the bank, the student select the bank. So I'm going to select GTB, and if there's any other description, the student can enter the description here. Then the payment date, when was that payment made, or transferred, or paid to the bank? So let's pick the current date. Then it is possible the student is making the payment for the first time, or the second time, or any other time. So we have on the installment level here the list of the options. The first payment, is it a second payment, is it a third payment, the fourth payment, or a complete payment at once? So this student is making an installment payment, and this is the first one. Then we have the payment method. How did you pay? The student select cash, bank deposit, bank transfer, check, or a POS. So in this case, we are going to select bank transfer. And on the bank transfer, what detail is in the account name that is used to transfer to the school account? Let's say it's George Ade. Then if the payment was made by bank deposit, of course a teller number is required. So, but in this case, a teller number is not used because we do bank transfer by this name of a depositor. It is the first payment paid on this date to the school GTB account, 20,000 naira paid for secondary tuition fee. So having checked all this as a student, then you can make payment. What the student has done in this case is that the student has submitted the payment that has been made by the parent. The student portal is accessible by both parent and the student. So the parent can do this on behalf of the student, or the student can do this also. So we have the payment history displayed for the student. The student just made a payment or submitted a payment on this date of this amount. So the student can check to view the status of this payment. Now, this is the status of the payment that was made. A receipt has automatically been generated for the student, but the payment is yet unconfirmed. As you can see in the payment status here, it's unconfirmed because it requires the admin or the school authority to confirm that this payment was actually made. But let us check out the receipt. The receipt displays the school logo, the school name, and all the detail about the school on the school banner. Then we have the official receipt. This is the receipt number. And then the payment date is on this date, and it was actually recorded on this date. It is also possible that the payment was made on a previous date than the date that it was recorded on the student portal. So this helps us to know when the payment was made and when the payment was recorded. We have a QR code there also as a proof of the payment. Now we have the student code. This is the student that made the payment. This is the full name of the student, the current class, and the session the student had made payment for. Then we have the payment detail, which analyzes payment name, which is secondary tuition fee, and the total that is due that the student is expected to pay is 125,000. The student has made the first installment payment of 20,000. Then we have the payment method is bank transfer. The other information, we didn't put any description. Otherwise, we would have seen the description displayed here. The subtotal of the payment made is 20,000. There is no VAT applicable, and the total money paid is 20,000. Then you can see you still owe 105,000 naira. So this makes the student to know the balance that is due that the student needs to pay. The student paid 20,000 out of 125,000. Then we have 105 as an outstanding payment for the student. This is how the receipt is generated for the student. However, this receipt is unconfirmed. So let us see how a confirmed receipt looks like once the admin has confirmed the payment. The student just checked back some minutes later and discovered that the status of the receipt has changed to get receipt, and it's showing this green underline get receipt. So the student can click on it, and we can see now that the receipt is showing paid and confirmed. This is after the school has checked with the bank and confirmed that the student has made the payment. So this is a paid receipt. Using the student dashboard as a student to check your result history. To check your result history as a student, use the student tools, expand the menu, locate the result history, click on the result history, and for this student, we can see the result history. Currently, the student has one result listed in the result list. That is for this standard, that is the class, is the standard, that SS3. And this table keeps track of all the results of the student, even from primary 1 through SS3. So the student can access any of those results at any time, as long as the student is still a current student of the school. So this is a result for SS3 first term for this exam, midterm exam for this session, and the last day of the exam was October 1st. So this is the result. The student can download or view the result. To download or view the results, the student just clicks on the result, and as you can see, the result is displayed. The school banner is displayed on top, then with the student information, the full name of the student code, the current class, and the session. The result captures the class subject and term statistics, which takes the number of times school open, the attendance, the number of days absent, and then the next term begins on this date. The result displays all the subjects taken by the student as listed here, and then we can see the continuous assessment grade, the exam grade, and the total is automatically calculated for the student. We have the grade and then the remark also for each of the performance. The overall percentage is calculated here, and then we have the class teacher's comment, the principal comment. If there are other comments, the student sees it here, and the grade scale is displayed also here. The students can use the portal to access e-learning materials or to participate in an online class. The e-learning access can be seen from the e-learning menu. So let's expand the menu. You see the learning center. So the student goes to the learning center to get list of available lessons. This student is currently in SS3, so the student can only access SS3 e-learning materials. So as you can see here, we see the SS3 learning classes here. Click on the standard, your class name to explore the subject for the e-learning. So we click on the class name, and that takes us to the list of the e-learning subject available for this student. So SS3 e-learning, the subject list. Here we have a list of all the available subjects for e-learning. In this video, we have English language, and then we have mathematics. So let's access the English language. So the student clicks on the subject name, which takes us to the e-learning platform. So all lessons in SS3 English language. On this screen, the student can see the list of the lessons available in English language and can enter the class by clicking on this button, Enter Class. So click on Enter Class, and the class is loaded. In this class, we have English language. The topic is figure of speech for SS3. It has a video class that the student can watch. As you can see here, there's a video here the student can watch for that class. And if there are materials, textual materials that the teacher uploaded, you would have seen all around here. Then if there are downloadable materials also for this lesson, the student can access them from the download or view lesson attachment here. So here, if I click on the read lesson, you can see the student is able to access the material that has been attached to that lesson. Now, let us access the mathematics e-learning class, mathematics. And here we can see all lessons in SS3 mathematics. So the student can pick any of the lesson that is listed on this table and enter classroom. In the mathematics geometry class, it has a video material here that the student can watch. Then it has textual information that the teacher has uploaded here, and there are no attachments, no attached files to this lesson. The student can make comments in the class, and the teacher and other students will have access to it also. So here is the comment area. You can post comments or question below. So the student can type comment or question here. I love this class, and submit such comment. Add comment, and you can see the student comment submitted has been uploaded. Watch out for the third part of the student dashboard tutorial.